peaceful world, and he encouraged all of us to do the same. Yes, Kalean's walk on this world was all too brief, but the message that he left us is eternal. So I charge each and everyone here today, when you remember Kalean, remember to live the values that he shared with us. My God is the God of the living, not of the dead. And when I see how Kalean embodied the principles that our Creator gave us in these verses, it is with the utmost certainty that I can say he is embodied in God today, and he's here today. I pray that the values and the light that Kalean brought to us here in his brief walk will carry all of us long after we leave here today. Lastly, on June 16th of this year, Kalean left to go finish his last day of school, never dreaming he would not see his loved ones ever again. Let this be the last lesson that Kalean can teach us. Look at who is sitting next to you, or who you came with here today, or who you will return to when you leave here today. Who among us would not like to see Kalean just one more time? And yet, how often do we treat each other like we will all be here forever? How would we have treated Kalean if we'd known June 15th was going to be his last full day alive? Well, in knowing what I know of Kalean Paton, he would like to see us treat each other like this was the last time we would see each other. This life is precious and it is brief. Above all, don't take this life or each other for granted. God bless and comfort the Paton family, and God bless you all. Thank you.
As is the natures of things, we have one more letter.
My name is Monica Connor. I was one of Kalean's middle school language arts teachers. Kalean had magic in his fingers and in his feet. The magic in his feet made him an excellent soccer player, a snowboarder, a runner and jumper, and player of games of all sorts. In his fingers, Kalean's magic made him an artist in so many media, a designer of mazes, a writer. The magic in his mind made Kalean the kind of writer who could craft wondrous tales of fantasy, essays full of important viewpoints, and humor that made everyone smile. That magic made him a creative thinker, an innovator, and a passionate voice for justice and fairness. Kalean was also a respectful, kind, and gentle soul. He wished to tread lightly upon this earth, and yet to leave his mark. He wanted to have a positive effect on those around him. A voracious reader, he was an ardent and well-informed liberal. Woe to those neocons, young and old, who engaged him in debate. But if he hurt someone, his apology was swift and genuine. He held himself to a strict moral code of high ideals, yet he was as devoted to his friends as he was to those ideals. And if there was fun to be had, no one was more there than Kalean Paton. With a twinkle of mischief in his eye and a broad grin, he was an impish puck with the face of an angel. I remember last spring as the rain poured down and the rest of us grumbled, Kalean told me he was happy it was raining because the river would be high and he could kayak. I remember, too, when it came time to write his graduation essay, when I conferred with him, he said he couldn't write it because he wasn't all that sad to be leaving. And he wasn't all that sure that elementary school had really been time all that well spent for him. To him, the next chapter in his life adventure was beckoning. I told him I was certain he could write an amazing essay just by being honest, and of course, he did. I'd like to share some of it with you. These are Kalean's words. In school, we learn a lot of things that we don't think we need. Back when I was in 3rd grade, I was sure I knew everything I needed to know. I'm pretty sure we all felt this way. I remember when we started to learn the times tables. I didn't think we needed to learn them at all. I just kept thinking, what in the world are we going to need this for? Or, when would I ever need to multiply apples by baskets? I honestly thought it was a waste of time since addition was so much more practical. I look back on that, smiling and laughing at it, just like once in math class when Mrs. Yo handed us back some papers that she found from 6th grade. We looked at the work and giggled at the easy problems that we had gotten wrong. I thought that the work was hard back then, and it's still difficult today. The reason I mention this is because this was the first time I ever saw evidence that I was actually learning something. It sounds funny, but before that, I didn't realize we were really progressing in academics. My point is, in school, the students never know why they are learning something until years after they are done learning it. Yet, so far, I've been getting along well with everything taught to me. This proves to me that our teachers must have had some idea about what they were doing. And it gives me confidence that they have prepared all of us with what we will need to know for this upcoming challenge. I've heard many expressions about going from middle school to high school, from big fish in a little pond to small fish in a big pond, or baby birds about to leave the nest. Although these sayings are true to a point, they leave out a major fact about us, and that is that we all have experience. Unlike baby birds, we are capable of dealing with social problems and getting work done at the same time. One of my favorite sayings is by Mark Twain. I never let my schooling get in the way of my education. It means that the most important thing you can learn is how to make friends and treat others well. I've grown up with everyone graduating here, and I know that nobody has anything to worry about. We all have friends, most of them from kindergarten. If you can make friends in kindergarten, you can make new friends in high school. And no matter how hard high school is, you can get through anything as long as you have friends. Kalean Paton was a gift to his friends, his family, and everyone who was privileged to know him. He will always be a part of me and you and all of us. Kalean's life was a gift to us all, and his special magic will still shine in the world of our memories with a brightness that time and distance cannot dim. When I think about all of us coming together to celebrate Kalean here, I'm actually reminded of a line in a young adult novel, Freak the Mighty by Rodman Philbrick. It's about King Arthur, and it says, the idea is that someone so great who once was is someone so great who will always be. Thank you.
I didn't see Kalean all that often. I've been away at school for about 2 years. And in high school I was really, really busy, so I wasn't home much then.